We've got a fun show today. We've got the hilarious Katie Nolan is joining us. This is from the podcast Casuals.
And it has to be, I think we say, even with edits, I would imagine it's the longest call we've had with a caller. It is a...
Yeah, it's a long one.
It's a lot.
One of the ones with Mike
it's probably
got
our
really
first
long,
five-person call, maybe? Maybe I'm wrong.
Yes.
I don't know.
It's a really fun one. She's incredibly funny. I met her years ago when she was doing some show in Austin.
She's great.
We're big fans. We're really excited she has a show. She kills it.
Great
her
on the
podcast
show.
is really fun too. We were just doing something together for Patreon, a big big fun Steve Berg thing on the side. And then we did, right as we were saying goodbye, Gareth told me something. Now
and we thought it could be some fodder. I'm on a crazy diet for 8 days, and man,
what is it?
It is no booze. I don't smoke weed, but it's no weed, no booze, no caffeine.
How often do you drink these days?
It varies. Not that much,
but like a couple times a week
at most.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not a huge one.
Not a huge one, but it's as I'm not doing it, I'm like, that'd be nice.
I had a couple of drinks the other night for the first time. I went to the Lakers game with Lamorne.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We're going to celebrate Max Greenfield on a show, and then he got sick. And we were just hanging out, and they had a whole bar, had a tequila. It was my first drink in, I think, a month and a half. Holy shit. You know who we hung out with was the Workaholic guys?
Oh, nice. They're great guys.
I love those dudes.
They're great guys.
All right, so keep going. Where were you?
So no booze, no caffeine, no sugar.
No caffeine, no sugar.
No salt.
What can you eat?
It's very limited.
What are you eating?
I'm eating eggs.
Proteins and eggs?
Eggs, vegetables, but not all vegetables. Like root vegetables or green vegetables.
Are you just creating stir fries?
It's a lot of stir fries. Right? I could have white rice.
It's
awful.
What are you doing this for?
I'm doing this to prepare myself for a session of some
ayahuasca.
That's the one.
Is that it?
Yeah, that is.
How many times have you done ayahuasca?
Ooh, buddy,
a lot.
Yeah, a good amount. Probably about this will probably be 7 or 8, I would guess.
Will you've told me this once, but will you walk me through what that experience is like? The only thing you told me is you feel like you felt your version of God.
It's very difficult to cliff note because it is a wild ride. Actually, I remember right after I first did it, you and I went on a hike.
Yes.
But it's really, I mean, first of all, the diet leading up to it is obviously crazy because it's a little difficult on your body. I think everybody's always like, all they ever hear about ayahuasca is that you poop your pants. Everybody that's out there in the world.
You throw up a lot.
You throw up, you poop your pants, but you don't poop your pants.
Are you doing it here in the States, or are you going to Central America?
I will not reveal that answer.
How come?
Because I just put to preserve the secrecy of whoever's overseeing it.
Why? This is going to cut. What are you talking about?
Fine, America.
But why get all secret? Like, the mystery there is strange, no?
No, I don't know. You just keep it on the DL. You keep it on the DL.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think the people who are...
Do me this favor, then. We're not revealing any names. We're no GPS.
Yeah.
If it's secretive, how does that happen? The shaman sends a text?
It's not a very... I'm not even going to answer that.
Why? This isn't giving anything away. It's just letting people...
Well, you're going to poke holes very easily.
No,
yeah, there's emails and texts.
And so, but
we have an established relationship.
But how does it happen? The shaman says, like, I'm going to be in this area.
No, I reach out. I go, I want to do it. I have a break. I want to do it.
And he goes, or she goes, or they goes.
Or we goes.
Or we goes. Sounds good. How about this day?
Yep.
And you go, sounds good.
Yep.
Do the 8-day cleanse.
It's just regular plans. Yeah. Then you do that. Well, yeah, you can do it up to 2 weeks. You're supposed to do it 7.
How many people are going to be at the ceremony?
Very few.
How many are mostly at them?
Normally it's small. Keep it small.
Two
you
small,
can do
10 small?
2 to 3, like people you know.
Oh, so you're doing it with people you know.
Yeah. But I have done bigger ones where it's a bunch of people.
Yes, that's what
It doesn't matter.
I've seen video of the bigger ones.
The bigger ones are interesting too. Because by the end of the night, you're all like, buddy, everyone's Eric Edelsteining. Everyone's like, brother, brother.
Never felt closer to you,
brother,
Ron. Yeah.
brother, brother. It's like 100 people just hugging and shouting, brother.
So just because I saw some show about a guy who does this in Kentucky as a form of getting off drugs.
Yeah, right. Yep.
It was on Vice for a while. It was a pretty fun show.
Yeah.
So you've done 7 with this same shaman.
No, different. Couple
different shaman.
Yeah.
And so how many have you done with this shaman?
This will be 5 maybe.
And what is the shaman's job to walk you through it? Is what makes the shaman good? The drink?
It's a very spiritual event. And no, it isn't. That's important, but that seems to be pretty consistent. It's just like, it's one of those you can always have more situations, and eventually you'll hit your right amount. It's like free tequila. And it's really to prep you, be there if you need anything. It's a long time.
But you're on your own journey.
Oh, there's no community aspect of this at all.
Okay, so the shaman it's not like a guided meditation.
Well, in the sense that there's music that is kind of mirroring what your experience is. And again, if you need anything, if you need more water, or you need to go to the bathroom, which does happen, they're there to help you.
How many times out of the 7 have you gone to the bathroom in your pants?
Never. It's a propagandist lie. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I have thrown up.
Yeah, of course.
But when you throw up, it's great. You're not like, nah. You're like, oh, yeah.
Because you're feeling sick, or because
you're like, it feels like you're getting something out of you.
Interesting.
Which you are. Yeah. But it feels like you're like, leave me.
And what is the goal?
You have no interest in doing something like this, do you?
No, not really.
Yeah.
I do. I'm into therapy. I did hypnotherapy. I'm now doing EMDR as a form of therapy.
Okay.
I don't like external things that you take and ingest.
Yeah.
And everything happens fast.
This is not fast.
Well, one day.
Well, but a lot of it is after. There's a lot of work after this. It isn't just...
That's interesting.
It isn't just, oh, okay, that's it. You have a lot to think about after.
Yeah,
a lot to think about after. Like the biggest changes I've made in my life have been off of this.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like quit smoking.
Yeah.
There's tons of things, big changes just in my general perspective on the world
that have
happened because of this. Not even in a day, It's crazy. But so this diet is like draining, and the no coffee part of it is the part. Like I went and met my brother for coffee today, and he was like, I was like, do you have any wildflower tea? And my brother was like, what's happening again? I was like, I'm sorry, I got some stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm different.
I'm down to, I've tried to cut coffee out, so I'm down to 1 sip a day. And the reason
one sip a day is not human.
I'll tell you why.
What's this? This is such a Jake.
I agree. And I'm embarrassed by this
sip a day. Has anyone done that? Did you read about that, or is this yours?
Of course not. Of course I make up my own rules. Of course.
A day. How are you even making it?
Well, it's been a while now. So
you have a sip brew?
Well, it's a cold brew that I keep in my fridge.
Okay.
So I didn't realize how weird it was until I was doing the movie, because I started in prep. I was like, you know what? I'm drinking too much coffee. And then when you get to set, your hours are different. Mm-hmm. And then you drink it and you're fucking jacked up, and then you crash. And I was like, I'm not into it anymore. So I'm like, I'm going to go none. So I went none. And then I had a day where I was playing tennis with Brad Gilbert.
Okay.
And that's, you got to be ready for that. And I wasn't drinking coffee when I was driving out there. And I was like, my second day of quitting, I had a splitting headache. So
the headache's bad.
I stopped at a gas station and I got some coffee. And then I took a huge sip just to get rid of the headache. And then I thought, throw out the rest, fat boy. Get rid of it. Let's go. So I just got rid of it. And that's what started the 1 sip. I didn't realize how weird the 1 sip was until I was at work. I've already had this humiliating moment. I told people at work, they were all talking about coffee. And I was like, yeah, I'm trying to cut back. And they're like, yeah, me too. And I'm like, I just do 1 sip. And the look of their face.
Like you picture your face on a book, like the 1 sip diet.
And they went, why 1 sip? And I go like, well, it's just just what I'm doing. And they're like,
What?
you just put one sip in your mouth? Is there a measurement? And I'm like, no, it's from the jug. And as I was talking, I was honestly like, I'm hoping for an earthquake.
Yeah.
Anything to I'm hoping.
And you're the star of the movie, so people should be like accommodating to your opinions. Everyone's like, buddy, that's crazy.
And they were like, and I just had to go. And then because of my bad luck, there was no earthquake or a rock flying through the window. So then it just finished. And they were like, okay. I think it was in the hair and makeup trailer. And they were asking if I wanted a coffee in there. And then everyone was like, really awkward at 5:45 in the morning. I was like, okay, ladies, thank you so much. See you guys out there. Have a great day.
Definitely talking about you when you left.
They was like, it's crazy.
Like,
it doesn't make any sense.
With him?
He's an idiot.
That's not okay.
He's got no brain. That doesn't make sense. That's not what anybody would recommend. Either quit or drink it.
I talked about ayahuasca for 10 minutes, and the headline of this is Jake's one-sip coffee routine.
I don't think so.
Anyway.
I gotta say, the 7 ayahuascas are interesting.
It is.
It's wild.
It's
wild.
big. Once you're in, it's hard to say you're out. I
love it. Really fun show, everybody. I hope you enjoy it.
Enjoy it, everybody. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. It's about to happen. You ready?
I'm ready. I'm nervous, but I'm ready.
We're all nervous. Can we get your name, where you're calling from? And let me ask you this. If someone gave you a fish randomly, would you take care of it or flush it down the toilet?
Wow. Okay. My name is Erica. I am 29, almost 30 in a week. I'm from Eugene, Oregon.
Nice.
If someone gave me a fish randomly,
it's a good question, actually, Gareth.
It's
a moral. It's a moral.
It kind of is. Maybe that's the direction for a while. We give like who are you? So,
and just so you know, this is a callback.
Somebody gives you a bait of fish, leaves it on your desk. It's one of those cool red ones with the big fins. They just put it in like a little Dixie cup. What do you do?
Oh, I'm going to keep it. That's cool.
Well, Erica, we're excited to dig into your problem, but as you know, we don't really have a lot of guests on so far in the second season. But when we do, we're very excited, which brings us to our guest helper today. That's right. You get 3 geniuses. Katie Nolan is joining us. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. Erica,
Hello,
happy birthday. Hi.
Happy
thank
birthday.
you for letting me into your problems. I'm excited to help.
Katie, someone gives you a fish, flush it, raise it. What are you going to do?
I'll probably raise it, but it's going to die soon. It's not going to last very long. I try my best, but it's, they're finicky beasts.
Great answer. Very honest. Okay, Erica, what's going on?
So my problem involves my sister, who I'm pretty close with. And really what it boils down to is that I need my sister to stop using my house as a personal safe space for her to use the bathroom or fart for many reasons. But that's the main problem. She lives across town, but her and her husband have been together for almost 15 years, and they don't fart in front of each other. They don't acknowledge that either of them poop, and so she comes to my house to do her business. Wow. And I'm getting kind of tired of it.
Hold on, Erica. Yeah, Katie, go ahead.
Cross town? How many minutes are we talking in a car?
Great question.
We're talking like 15.
Crazy.
That is a distance.
Legal matter.
If it comes on
hold
quickly?
On. By the way, if she gets in the car, drives for 15 minutes, walks in your house and farts, she's the weirdest person on planet Earth. She can fart in the car by herself.
Yeah.
If she's driving across town, blows a huge fart and goes like, peace. This is a pointed attack. This is aggression. So when you say farts and goes to the bathroom, are you just saying as she's like running to the toilet, there's farts as she goes? What level of
No, it's a very
behavior?
Valid point.
I'm like, because that's a different. If somebody walked into my house and they walked in, they go, "How you doing, brother?" and then they farted right away.
I like the Hulk Hogan entrance.
Yeah, but what a bold.
How you doing, brother?
I have a buddy who will go to the bathroom whenever he comes over.
Weird.
And
That itself is
I
weird.
agree, but like,
Unless you've got a sick bathroom, unless you have one of those seats that's heated and
no, it's
washes
not
your
one.
butt.
It's not a Toto.
A Toto, yeah.
Yeah, a Toto.
It's not one of those great Japanese toilets. But to walk into somebody else's house and blow a fart. My real question is what's up?
Yeah.
That's a fight starter.
It is an act of war.
So, Erica, walk us through what's your sister's name? What are we calling this woman? This finicky beast, as Katie refers to fish.
Yeah.
This is a finicky beast.
This is an alpha fish, not a beta fish. If you're walking in and ripping a fart.
This is a disgusting animal. So what are your sister? We take back the mean things we said about what's her name?
We'll call her Sally.
Sally. So walk us through, Erica, what really happens here so we get a picture.
Yeah, so the part of town that I live in, it's around like a lot of popular shops and restaurants, and when she's on this side of town, she'll make, in a way, go out of her way to come use my bathroom on the way home or on the way to running errands. But because my husband and I are very normal about that kind of thing, she feels comfortable to do whatever she needs to do at my house, but it will be hey, I just need to stop by and use your bathroom. And I live in a small house, one bathroom. So,
no.
It can be a little inconvenient for me. I also work from home. So
that's big. These are big details.
God.
These are big, bad details.
I pictured you had a separate bathroom in a basement because this is Sally has a comfort with pooping in front of your husband that I find confusing.
Agreed.
Yeah, I did not imagine her sort of just like a gaseous Kramer busting into a small unit just to drop deuces and let it rip.
Huh.
All right, so keep going, Erica. So she, and how does she propose this? You'll get a text. It will be like, I'm bursting at the seams. Can I come in?
There's
like,
no good answer to this question.
If you're lucky, yeah.
But like, how does it work?
Sometimes knock at the door. Sometimes.
And when you answer, is it like, move? Or is it like,
there's been no time.
And what is she one of those humans? And my dad was this way. My dad would not take dumps in public. He would not, if he was in if we were in a restaurant, he had to go. It was the most dramatic thing in the whole world where all of a sudden he'd be like, I got to get home. And my brother and I would be like,
I've got some people,
go to the bathroom, you fucking maniac.
Like
yeah. So is she one of those?
Not quite. No, I don't think so. But I think if she had her choice, she's choosing, my house over a public restroom.
Okay. And how long has this been going on? Is Sally older or younger than you? Is this a power play?
She's older. She's older than
so
me.
she's taking a shit at her little sister's house. Who cares?
Yeah. It's status.
Does she throw her dirty stuff on your floor too? She just like, who gives a shit? This is a bar.
Watch this. I'm out of here. Peace out.
You're an animal. You're my little sister.
Point.
I'm going to rub my boogers on your head. You don't even exist.
Come here for a noogie. Have a good day.
So, and then, so you're specific. So now we have a sense of what's happened with Sally. She doesn't like to go to the bathroom in front of her husband. Do they have kids, by the way?
That actually is another factor here. So they have a 1.5-year-old, and my niece has become my whole personality. Being an aunt is my favorite thing. So I'm trying to, I've been thinking about trying to leverage seeing my niece, like no niece, no entry kind of thing. If you're going to,
I love that.
I love that.
That's innovative.
That's good too. A niece tax. I like that.
Yeah. Okay, that's fun. And so, but your specific kind of question is, and tell me when I'm wrong on this. I'm just going to try to paraphrase, but how do we get your sister to stop using your house as her toilet?
Correct. And if any way this can be brought into it is try to get her and her husband to start farting in front of each other.
That's what I
think. They've been together 15 years.
That's wild.
Well, not to sound like a doctor, but you might not be able to get the farts, but the poops should be possible. Like
How is that anything sounding like a doctor?
Why no farts?
Also, what
I sound like a
doctor sounds
professor
like
at Harvard.
You know,
Come
you
on.
might not get the farts, but you will get the poop. Sorry to sound like a doctor here.
Yeah, well,
folks.
no. It's like I'm like
Somebody just
obviously,
turning this on went like, what is that, a doctor on that?
People are listening and going, this guy reads books. I know what people are
Nobody's
thinking.
that.
I
But
think
why
what you
could-
have to do. Oh, go ahead. Oh, skewer me some more, Jake, and then
No,
we'll get
but-
into the show.
But why could you get them to take the dumps but not the farts? Just because farts are humiliating by nature?
Holding that can be easier than having to take a shit. Or she can like you were saying, she can sneak outside and like
Right.
let one go. But how many bathrooms does her house have?
Good
15.
question.
Mansion.
How many?
One.
One.
Just one.
Just one.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
So I get what,
crazy.
yeah, so I get it. Okay.
One bathroom with a
So
kid.
what do you know what they do when they have to take a shit at home? Do they
She
like,
goes to her sister's house. What does he do?
he probably takes a
I
shit
think
when she
it's
leaves.
just pretty. Well, yeah, it's just very like low profile, secretive. She has told me that she has witnessed him unknowingly going out onto their back patio in the morning to rip ass when the window was open and he didn't know that she could hear.
Oh,
There's something sweet about this.
Right, but it's sweet, but it's almost, if you zoom in too far, you might go, well, wait, that's not sweet. That's weird.
I agree.
How have you held this in for, I just didn't
agree.
know you could have a man for 15 years without having to experience his farts. I didn't know I could
that was
seek that out.
possible.
Yeah, I would have put that on my list.
I really would love to frame the moment when that window's open and the husband is letting 20 hours of gas shoot out of him. And she's like, oh, God.
It's so
Birds are chirping.
Erica, so I think what we're pitching on today is because this could be two things, but I don't think it's two things. I don't think our show is going to be trying to get your sister and her husband to fart in front of each other or take dumps in front of each other. Because I'll tell you what, they're not the ones calling in. If she called in and
Good
said,
point.
I would like my husband and I to do this, then we could go. But we are with you, Erica, and your problem is she just uses your house as a outhouse, and we got to put a little bit of a barrier to that.
Right.
I got a question.
Right.
Go ahead, Katie.
Does your bathroom need renovating by any chance?
Good fake, even if it doesn't.
It doesn't. It's on the list of things to do, but it's in perfect
Low on the
working
list.
order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Because
the
I was going
catch
to say,
is-
if she were to come over and oops, we're renovating our bathroom and you remove the option for her, because she's not going to choose, I don't think, the outhouse at your, is that what they do when you renovate your bathroom? I haven't yet done that, but I assume they bring you a porta potty. So I don't think she would want to use your porta potty over her toilet. So I think maybe you could remove the option for like, I don't know, a month? How long does that take? And then maybe she'll
Hold on,
figure
Katie.
something else out.
Is your pitch, get it?
To renovate your bathroom. Now's the time.
Or you just hang
Now's
a
the time.
plastic with painter's tape.
Yeah,
Make
but
it
hold
look
on.
like you're renovating your
Yeah.
bathroom.
You
Yeah,
faux
yeah.
renovate. You have a
Yeah.
whole staging. But the truth is, if she's texting you, hey, like, what does she text you? I'm going to come over. I have to go to
She'll
the
just
bathroom.
knock on the door sometimes.
Yeah, we're very close, so she can
Clearly.
just show up
Yeah.
unannounced.
Have you ever done the-
Hold on, I got a pitch.
Go.
You tell her next time she comes over to take a dump, you're texting her husband, if you're worried about where Sally is, she's here taking a dump.
It's pretty good. It's vicious.
I would get on a group text with her, Sally, your husband, her husband, and start off going like, just so we all know where everybody is, I just heard this podcast about safety. It was called We're Here to Help. And what they're saying is family should be in better touch with each other. And if somebody sees somebody, because
Say
you
something.
just
See something, say something.
See something, say something. So if one of us is with somebody, we should all know where everybody is. Now that you go, look, I'm saying this as a protective aunt, but now that my niece is entering the picture, I want to be able to communicate. They were talking, one of the guys sounds like a doctor, even though he's not one. And what he was saying on there is that, you should do GPS tracking on this kid and things like that. So let's start doing a thing. Whenever two of us are together, just tell the group. Just put a little, we all know.
Or we chip Sally. Go ahead.
So Sally, if you stop over, I'm just going to let everybody know you stopped over and why. And what you're basically saying to Sally is, You can shit here all you want, but everybody's going to know.
I do like that. And her and I, we do track each other on Find My Friends, but I don't think her and her husband do. So I would be doing him a favor if he was
you could say you heard it on a podcast or a doctor
with a medical
was talking
professional.
With a guy who sounded like a medical professional.
Very much so.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And what do you think?
Wearer.
And then literally the first time she comes over, you don't bring it up. You just, as she's taking a dump, she hears beep. She looks at her phone. It goes, hey guys, Sally's here, going to the bathroom, taking a number 2. She'll probably be here for about 12 to 15 minutes.
She's probably on her
holding
phone.
it in.
She's on her phone, so she'll write back like, she'll text you like, what are you doing? And you go like, I said I was going to do this. Whenever you come here, I'm going to let everybody know what you're doing.
Kind of foolproof.
Katie likes it.
I like it too. To me, that is a real
right.
It's an act. What I would say is maybe we could do an incremental escalation with that. The first thing you could do is you could try the sort of to Katie's pitch, like your toilet's not working. She comes over and you go, it's not flushing. No. Kind of
if you got a burst, you go, let me check.
Well, I mean, I guess the flush, you're like, whatever.
And then if she goes, you go, toilet's not working, but you can also leave my niece here and we'll figure that out if she needs to go to the bathroom.
This would be the first one I would do before you tell her husband she's at your place taking a shit is I would say, why not, when she does that, like just have your camera on when she comes out and just kind of embarrass her like you have this.
Yeah.
And it almost gives you a little bit.
Ew,
yeah, like here's my sister who comes over here to drop deuces. It's always great to see her when she comes over, right? Didn't you just do that? Like something like that that's like the press hounding her a little bit. Then you have that, and you can either tell her with a smoke screen that you are going to post that on something, or you can be like, I'm going to send this to your husband unless you start being a little more open and find a secondary location that isn't my house.
Yeah. No,
and then if
great.
that doesn't work, then you can do the outing.
And now, just before we even hear what you think, Katie, what are you thinking? Where's your head at?
Well, so I was thinking similar to both was that you could record, because you got to think that it's the sound of it, I guess, that she's embarrassed of or doesn't want her husband to hear. I suppose it could also be smell, but as a non-doctor, I don't want to get into that.
No, you're totally right.
I feel like if you recorded the sound of the farts and the poops and you had that if I were the person farting and pooping in fear, that you could blackmail me to do pretty much anything.
It's called brownmailing.
If you were like, this is this is what it sounds like when your disgusting wife takes a nasty shit. That could really be valuable.
Yeah. But are we, because I think you're right on that. So now we got to go to you, Erica. We have talked about exposing her. We've talked about blackmail. Where are you kind of at? This is early in the pitch game. We could come up with more, but where are you at early on?
I do like both of those, and her and I are no stranger to blackmail. We both have a pretty big arsenal of photos and things that we have on each other. So this one being very pointed at an issue that I'm facing, I think could be
interesting.
This is a game changer.
But let me just throw, because we also might be getting you in a danger spot. If she's got stuff on you too, this could get really ugly.
Oh, that's true.
Really good point.
So Jess, it's like, be careful starting a war. Nobody likes dead bodies. So one other thing, what is it you want in terms of time with your niece that you're not getting?
Probably more weekday visits.
Weekday visits.
I would say.
You thinking about maybe you see her on weekends?
Yeah, more often.
Okay. And what I'm looking for is a specific ask, because then what you could actually do is we could start a bartering system.
I like where this is going.
That we might not be able to stop the hard dumping at your house right away.
I don't appreciate the hard ad.
But what we might be able to do is go, I don't love that part of it, but I get one sleepover a month, and every Wednesday I'm with my niece. And
Yeah.
Maybe I have some audio of you taking a dump and farting.
Well, there we go.
If I don't get the sleepover.
It's a twofer.
It's either you could say this.
System.
It's either I'm going to either reveal these sounds, I'm going to do this group text that I've already set up. So every time you come, I'm just going to write, what are we calling Sally's husband, Chad?
Sure.
Chad's perfect.
And you're just going to say like, Chad, just in case you're worried about her, she's here, going to the bathroom again. I think she's sick because it's been a long one. Probably ate something that doesn't sit well with her, maybe Indian food.
A lot of screams.
But she's here. And just setting that up and then really using the niece as, but this is my ask.
Mm.
Yeah, I know. I like that a lot. I think I've been trying to get a sleepover set up in the last couple of
sleepovers
months,
are big.
Really, and it's been a lot of excuses.
Sleepovers are big, yeah. Well, guess what?
Yeah.
I got an excuse too.
Time's up on that.
Yeah. You want to dump in my house?
You are in a position to ask for anything you want. This woman is
what I'm
using
saying.
Your house as a toilet on the road. So you are, if there are things you want, now's the time to make the list, and we can get those things for you.
That's we've turned into lawyers right now, and nobody likes when it gets ugly, but we're going to make sure our client wins this.
So you have 2 lawyers and a doctor on this call.
I don't mean to sound like a lawyer here,
Erica. I have one more.
Okay.
And then I think we can. I like the way that Jake has unease with me saying that. What if after one of these sessions, we'll call it, what if when she leaves, she flushes, she thinks everything's fine, and you say that the toilet got backed up and overflowed and you have to call a plumber, and kind of make it feel like a bit of an emergency. Maybe your husband's a little upset by it too. That might be embarrassing.
Let me tangent on that pitch too.
Go.
What if you write the group thing and say, hey, I know this is embarrassing, but after you came over and took a dump, the smell and after you flushed, I guess it was so big, some came up. The color
Who's the doctor now?
Well, I don't mean to sound like one, but say like it was an alarming smell and color.
Oh my God, color.
And
title.
I'm just a little worried. I know as the younger sister, this isn't our relationship, but I wanted Chad and you to know that this might be something you want to look at. I've never smelled anything like this. It smelled almost as if an animal had been dead for 2 years inside of your body. The color was no color I've ever seen of something that came out of an animal or a human's body. So I'm just a tad worried, and I want to know if, Chad, if you've seen anything like this or smelled anything like this in your bathroom, but the stuff she's dropping in my house is alarming.
Either one.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Approaching it from a safety concern, yeah.
A safety, and you could say, I don't want to sound like a doctor here.
Yeah, that's a important
legally you have to say that, I think.
Maybe wear a little white coat with a pen.
So, Erica, take over for a second. And really take a deep breath and think about what you're actually going to do, because this show is not about we pitch some stuff and then you go, I didn't do any of it. We'd like you to try something.
Yeah, well, I do like the option so far. I'm never going to shy away from getting more blackmail, whether she, is going to be combative and dip into her arsenal. That's okay. I'm a little less shy than she is, so it's hard to embarrass me. So I have that going for me. So I think potentially gathering the blackmail could be good to keep in my back pocket.
Okay.
But leveraging time with my niece definitely feels like a good direction to go.
And so in terms of the blackmail, what are you going to do specifically?
I like recording her as she was coming out of the bathroom.
Okay.
And maybe
paparazzi her.
Sorry, no one's expecting that. Yeah.
Yes.
And what are you going to say? What are you going to do there? How are you going to do it?
Oh, I could
just film her as she's walking out.
Yeah. Say
yes.
Oh, Chad was worried about where you were, so I wanted to show him, provide him video evidence that you're safe.
Okay.
Something maybe like that.
I think
I
also
like the group chat. That's pretty.
I would also
You're kind of
say
liking everything. I'm trying to, because if you just film her walking out of the bathroom, she's gonna go, "What are you doing?" And you go,
yeah, you've got
"Chad
to
wants
put
to know where you were," and she goes, "Okay," and then you go, "Yeah, got you."
Okay.
I just peed.
That's not blackmail.
Yeah,
She'll go like,
You've
"What
got
are you
to.
doing?" And you go like, "Got you."
Okay, so I guess
Like I liked Katie's
Boiling it
thing of you recording her, so you're hearing the sounds,
yeah.
and then
in-
you could
in
say,
that.
"What are you doing in there?" And she'll be like, "Why are you asking me questions? I'm going to the bathroom." And then once she walks out, go, "Just so you know, I've been recording."
You could also have like some potpourri in hand and spray it all over her and the bathroom when she comes out to really.
Yes. A match.
Like
Like rice at a wedding. You just
Yeah.
like toss it. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Erica, you're gonna try to film her going to the bathroom when she comes out. You're gonna try
This
to
is
get
insane out of context.
Yeah.
Insane out of context.
Not a
So
doctor.
you're gonna film your sister taking a shit. And,
All right, so you're going to film her going to the bathroom. What's the next part of the plan
Yeah.
that we're all signing off on?
absolutely
Yeah, so-
insane.
Film her
Okay.
in the act, and then when
Great.
she's coming out.
Not in the act.
Yeah.
And not
But
when
from
it's
the
coming out,
sound,
to be
the
clear.
sound,
Yeah,
yes.
coming out. Yeah, with the sound.
We're filming the sound.
Filming the door, yes.
with you
Yeah,
going
yeah,
like,
from the other side of the door.
"Ew." With
Yeah,
you
right.
saying like, "Sally,
Good.
yeah,
That's good. Ew,
Yeah.
yuck, stinky.
Sally.
Stuff like that.
Stinky Sally. Oh, Stinky Sally's back. Oh.
and then when she comes out, you're connecting the sounds to her face where she'll go like, "What are you doing? You didn't film that, did you?" Cut.
Great.
Got
Perfect.
her.
Yeah.
Got her. And then
Cinematic.
you then present
Yeah.
to her almost immediately. "I want a sleepover a month." I want
Bring that kid over here for a nap, or I'm gonna send this to
I
everyone
want
you
your
know.
daughter.
I want your daughter here on Wednesdays.
I want your daughter here Wednesday nights.
And I want to sleep over every once in a while, or Chad's getting this disgusting tape. And then she'll go, "What is this about, you psychopath?" And you go, "You've been dumping at my house for too long. Just go home. Just go home."
Yeah.
No, that seems actually pretty perfect. I like that.
Okay, great. So, Erica, please follow up with us on this one. Very curious how it goes.
We definitely want to see the video. We won't share
Yeah,
it with your
please
sister's
tag.
face, but
Please tag us in whatever
We
gets posted.
deserve-
We're going to put that on social, right?
yeah, we deserve to be able to
Clip
put that on
that.
socials.
Yeah.
Yes.
Promoter movements.
No, I will definitely follow up.
All right, we
I think
appreciate you.
this is going to work well. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you guys so much. This
We
has
got a
been
good
awesome.
feeling.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Yeah,
Thanks, guys.
go get them.
Thanks so much. Bye.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. All right.
How's it going?
Good. Welcome to We're Here to Help, America's #1 podcast. Don't look it up. Listen, we're going to want to know your name, your age, your problem, where you're calling from, and all that. But let me tell you before we start, this is not just going to be two weird drunk uncles giving you advice. We brought a drunk aunt in for this
Yeah.
one. Okay? So we don't have a lot of guests anymore, but we're very excited to have on for round 2. The great Katie Nolan is joining us.
Hey!
Hooray. We can't clap, so
A
hooray.
huge fan.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Can we get your name, please?
Alex.
Alex, how you doing today?
I'm doing all right.
Okay, Alex, where are you calling from?
I am calling from a small town in the mid-Atlantic of the United States. I don't want to give away too much
Okay,
because it's a
respect.
very specific problem.
Okay, that's fair.
Juicy.
That's
And,
fair.
It is
And what,
juicy.
and what age are you at, Alex?
I am 27.
27. So,
Oh.
so you're young. So, Alex, 27. And how about if you're in the jungle, and you're running, and you turn around, you see an animal? What animal are you seeing?
Probably a tiger. Yeah.
That's cool. Are you scared of the tiger or excited to see it?
Kind of both, you know? Like,
Totally.
I'm excited that there's a tiger there,
Yeah.
but then I'm also like realizing that I'm scared of the tiger.
I 100% relate
At the
on
same
this.
time,
That's how it'd
yeah.
be with the
Yeah.
silverback. And what's your first move when you see that tiger?
just like almost to pet it, but then run.
Yeah. By the way, same.
You're not going to make it, by the way.
Almost like hug. I would love to hug a silverback. I would love to chit chat about our days.
He's not talking about
I'd also like to run. I agree.
You're making it about your thing, but this
Jake's got
different.
a weird gorilla thing, Katie. Just, he turned his yard into like a weird little menagerie of stone animals. And gorillas are his favorite. Go ahead, Jake.
Go ahead, Alex, because you're the caller.
Alex, what's going on, babe?
Yeah.
Okay. So at my work, every week we play floor hockey once a week. It's a great group.
Floor hockey.
But I have this issue where...
Also known as knee hockey or mini hockey, depending on where you are regionally.
Never have I heard knee hockey.
Didn't know that.
Unless you're talking about literally standing up and playing hockey.
But you're talking about hockey,
like
with
indoor hockey.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
With a
floor
ball.
hockey to me is when you're down on
hockey.
the ground with little sticks. Do you ever see the little... All right, I'll show you. Sorry.
No.
How about your real thing that's happening to you?
Full-size sticks.
Yeah, but I remember
fine.
playing hockey on a basketball court.
Yeah.
That's street hockey.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
that
you
is
mean
street hockey.
inside?
Inside.
Inside. Yeah.
So
floor hockey.
fun.
I've complicated the scenario, and I apologize.
No, I want to learn about this knee hockey at another time.
I'll tell you all about it.
Thank you.
So, Alex, you play floor hockey once a week.
Yes, with my coworkers.
Okay.
And I'm like, the problem is, everyone's there to have a good time. Get a little exercise, have some fun. I can't help but wonder, how good am I at floor hockey? And
I get this.
I feel like I go in, and there's some days where I'm like, I am the best floor hockey player that has ever graced the court.
Mm-hmm.
But then there are other days where I'm like, I am absolute trash. And I have this one coworker that's like constantly kind of picking on me about it and thinks that he is consistently the best. And I just don't see it. Right? Like, I think that, everyone that shows up is kind of around the same level.
Yeah.
Right. But he has like a very clear ranking in his head that there's like a hierarchy. And I think that I'm up there, like I'm a solid player, but then there's I just don't know. And I hate being in a situation where there's no way to tell how good
what sports there is, Alex.
There's no camera.
Lots of ways.
Yeah,
Lots of ways. Numbers famously don't lie. So are we scoring a lot of goals?
You're totally right, Katie. This isn't art.
Right.
It's not who's a better sculptor.
Right.
I definitely score some goals, but I like to think that I impact winning. I'm passing.
We all do.
I'm playing some good defense.
There's a lot of...
Most people don't.
We all like to think
we do.
that.
Yeah,
Yes,
there's
exactly.
a lot of I like to thinks in this one. Which
But that's not to say, Alex, you're wrong, because there are players who do impact winning, and it's not always on the stat sheet.
Sure.
So what is it about? Yeah, what is it about? So you a glue guy? What is it about you, Alex, that helps the team win?
I'm definitely a glue guy. I'm definitely playing with a lot of hustle, right? Like my defense is locked down.
Okay, great.
All right, and I've got a phenomenal vision. Like, I understand the game.
Okay.
What does that mean?
By the way,
please?
hold on. Is this me calling in?
Please.
Honestly, it could not be. I feel like.
Hold on. Is this the reason you didn't tell us where? Are you my son?
Honestly,
I see the court in a way. What are your stats? Pretty bad in my cardio
Yeah,
shit.
he's saying all the things
My
that
team
don't
loses
show up
a
on
lot,
the
but
stat.
I don't know.
I can't get goals, but everyone knows I'm the champion.
Something about me feels different if you're getting what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I changed.
We haven't won a game, but
we lost bad, and I lost it for us.
and I threw a puck at a guy, and I got kicked out of the league. But I'm a real helpful guy on the team.
I broke
But a
my
moral
phone.
victory.
So Alex, so you think, so just to be clear on this, you think you're a pretty good goddamn player, and you think you're a glue guy, and you're helping this team. One of the best. And this other guy in the league, who we call it your rival in this?
We actually have the rival in the waiting room.
What
Oh,
the
God.
All right, well, hold on,
whenever
hold on.
you want to hear from him, let
We're
me
not
know.
there yet. We're not there yet, but that is very interesting to know.
That is
I'm this just got so much more
Yes.
exciting.
That's a big twist.
It's a very big twist. So, Alex, before we enter this world of insanity, which we're about to, What is your specific question that we can help you with today?
I guess like how do I get some reassurance or some clarity on how good I am at floor hockey?
Okay. So
before we bring in another person, while we have you alone, I feel like we should glean as much information as we can before people start. Yeah. So I feel like first of all, this is such a 20-year-old guy, mid-20s guy question. Of like, here's the thing, I'm good, and I think this guy thinks he's good, but I think I'm better, and I need help. Your 30s are going to hit you like a freight train. It's
the 40s are going to be worse.
I can't even picture myself playing hockey in any capacity. With these hips. But so you don't score. Does this guy score a lot of goals?
So I don't think so. Not
what
that
does that
much more
mean?
than I do.
You're there, you know.
Yeah.
Does he?
Well, I'm not keeping count, you know.
Sure.
He is, but I'm not, you know. I'm there to have a good time. But there's the pestering of like, oh, there's this many goals. I mean, I keep track on a day-to-day,
right.
And the difference is never more than like, I don't know, 1 or 2.
All right, let me ask you a question because I'm trying to get something clean on this.
Same.
So, because I think I get where you're coming from, Alex. How many people are in the league? How many people play?
So it's different, like week to week, it's a little different. Okay. It's just kind of like an open, anyone that wants to come play floor hockey on Wednesdays can come play.
But give me a rough number. Are we talking about 20 people in your little league?
No. Like 15, I'd say.
15. Okay. Out of the 15, where do you think you rank? You know, like on the NFL, they'll have like the PFF scoring and they'll go like 2 out of 157 for like an offensive guard. And you'll be like, oh, he's pretty good. So out of 15, where do you put yourself?
I'd put myself like 5 or 6.
Oh, that's pretty low, my man.
I mean, I feel like we know the answer to your question.
I got to say, this show is a very low stake show. That is for our show, you're like, 12, 13. So all we're really looking for is
I'm terrible.
You're the 5th, 6th best floor hockey player out of 15. And you wouldn't, by the way,
not even on the podium.
Also, you wouldn't tell us where you're calling from. You could have told us where you're calling from.
By the way, what do you think is going to happen? Alex, get in here. You're fired.
I got to keep this. So, and the guy who were coming in, your rival, what's this guy's name? Jack? And where would you put Jack out of 15? And be honest here. Don't say you don't know. You know. Where's Jack?
I'd put him like 8 or 9.
Oh, okay.
You think he's worse. But why is he... So basically...
This is 2 middles.
Okay. This is
fighting.
These are
a
2
fight
bottoms.
for the bottom.
Yeah. It's really just...
2 bottoms.
The stakes drop so hard.
Here's the problem. He's going to come in and he's going to tell you he's number 1.
Okay,
He's going to be like,
Alex.
So is your issue that he thinks he's the best, or is your issue just that he thinks he's better than you?
Honestly, it's that he thinks he's the best, because I don't think I'm the best.
Right.
Okay.
It's that like, if you're going to show up and play floor hockey and like be mediocre, like don't pretend that you're the best.
But hold on. But Alex,
I feel
we're trying
like
to get clean. Go
on
ahead,
this
Gareth.
call, he said, I think I'm the best.
I think you might have.
But hold on, Alex. All we're looking for, so when we get Jack on, because we can't just turn into chaos.
Yeah.
So we got to figure out what we're specifically asking, and we got to figure out how we can make you happy, because you called Jack in. So Jack thinks he's the best player. You think he's an 8 or a 9, but the call you're calling in about is you want to know where you're at. So we're asking Jack for his point of view of where you're at out of 15. And if he thinks you're a 5 or a 6, are you happy with that?
No, I mean, not if he thinks he's 1, right?
He wants Jack to admit he's not
he's
1.
better than him.
So, Alex, is this essentially you want Jack to know that you're better at floor hockey than him?
I want him to know that we're equals, you know, that it's not one or the other.
Okay,
right?
that you guys are equals.
We're just going to be reffing an argument between 2 floor hockey players.
But hold on, what we're getting to is Alex wants. And you also said that Jack is an 8 or a 9. So Alex, if you're equals, man, you're an 8 or a 9 out of 15. So you just don't like that Jack thinks he's better than you. when you think you offer a different skill set, but it is equal to his prowess. So if he's an offensive player, well, he's not a glue guy and he doesn't do defense and he doesn't have great court vision. So you don't like that he's stealing glory, but you are actually as equal to him and you guys are of the same ranking. Is that right?
No one's ever put it better. That was beautifully put.
So
that's exactly how I feel.
I'm clapping. That to me is clean. So then what we're looking for is we are trying to get Jack to admit to you that you guys are equals.
Yeah.
Well,
absolutely.
And I think let's bring Jack in, and then I think we can try to maybe find a way to prove this. The call could just easily turn into.
But you can't do a one-on-one match because they have different skill sets. So
no, but there, like we're saying, there are metrics to.
I know, but it's different. So like my daughter's just starting basketball. Yeah. And we're getting really into it, and it's really fun.
That means Jake's getting into it and overdoing it, Katie.
And not having fun. Nobody's having fun.
Jake's ruining it for everybody.
Everybody. But we were kind of talking about the early skill sets. And I was like, and Alex, very similar to you, I was like, defense.
That's what wins championships, baby.
That's what I literally said in the car last night. I said, you pick a number, you find a girl across for you.
Make her life hell.
She doesn't score. I go, I want these other girls to go, ugh, that bitch number 10 is guarding me.
Oh, number 10, shout out. That was my number.
It's great.
Not in basketball.
That's my dream. When I come home at night, I think to myself, there's other coworkers that are like, oh, fuck. Like Alex was on me all game.
And there's a lot of flashy people who just try to score and they think they're great, but you go, you're not impacting the game. You're cherry picking. Yes. Well, Gareth, that's because I'm an Alex and you're a Jack.
I've never felt more understood.
You mean the best?
Sorry, I'm the best.
By the way, I get you, man. It's the flashy shooters who go like, I scored 3. And you go, you didn't guard anybody.
But they scored 3.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
but
you
how
didn't
did
score.
But how many did I stop?
I don't know. How many did you stop? He hasn't told us.
Metric.
Well, but
no
what's
numbers.
the metric? But how do you
Shots blocked.
say? Well, he's not a goalie. He's an all-around glue guy.
Well, I mean, okay, you know what? Let's bring in Jack.
Okay.
All right, we've got Jack ready to go.
Okay. It sounds like Jack's antsy.
You want me to start this?
Yeah, get in there. You got your finger on the pulse.
We're keeping Alex and bringing in Jack?
Yes.
Or we're losing? Okay, good. Okay,
yeah, we got everybody.
Great.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Jack.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming. I'm Jake. You've got Katie and you've got Gareth.
And?
Hi. Thank you all.
And you've got a coworker, but we're going to get to that. But I think you know about this. And you know what this call's about, correct?
I do know what this call's about. Yeah, Alex has talked to me a good bit about doing this. Yeah.
All right.
So we want to.
I'm a little starstruck.
He's been thorough.
But we want to let you know from the very beginning, we do not have a dog in this fight at this point.
That's good to hear. I was worried about what he'd say in the first.
You're not going to get bombarded. I will make that very clear. So what we're now looking for, Jack, a very honest assessment of your abilities on the floor hockey court. Who you are as a player, how you do.
Mm-hmm.
Any comps?
Any comps is a great idea. So let's just hear about you as a player. You can brag, you can not brag, but just be honest. We're getting an image of you on the court in this Wednesday league.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So I started working at this school in 2019, and I've been playing floor hockey pretty much the entire time.
Great.
Started off as like, a little out of shape, someone who I think was like a developmental prospect,
Love this.
Came in, I played street hockey with my brother as a kid, but hadn't really, and played a lot in like high school with my, like, in gym class and stuff.
Sure. Okay.
But this was like actual competition.
Great.
Took me a long time. I feel like a couple times where I'd skip hockey because I like felt nervous that I wasn't good enough. A lot of development going on.
Okay. But a big prospect, COVID, Jack. But a big prospect because you played growing up.
Yeah, got this. Yeah, well, just with my brother. There's nothing.
A lot of natural talent with you.
Jake, I don't even think he's saying what you're saying. Do you understand?
Jack, is there natural talent in you? Do you think that there's a diamond in the rough here? And if you can clean up some of this rust, do you think there's a pretty good goddamn player in this Wednesday league?
I think so, because after COVID, I came back and I got back into the swing of things. And I got in shape.
Fuck yeah, you did.
And I started playing a lot better.
Attaboy.
And what really kicked in was I started to get the confidence to play
that's
as
huge.
well as I wanted.
Half the battle.
Yeah.
Real quick, Jack. What's your age?
I'm 28.
20. Okay, so you're still young in this league. And what's your size? What's your frame?
I guess so. Yeah.
You got you over 6 feet. You under 6 feet. What's that body running around that court look like?
6 foot on the dot. Last I weighed myself, I was like,
Jake, are you scouting?
Yeah,
You have a dog in the fight, it feels.
Yeah, Jake, I feel like you fell for Jack.
No, I'm asking. So about what are we running around at? How many stones?
2 pounds, please, Jack.
Oh, you want to do pounds?
Last I weighed, I was a little over 225.
Okay, 225.
I was like a linebacker in high school.
I believe it. Middle or outside?
Mostly outside. I was a good coverage guy.
Okay, so you weren't reading the defense so much, but you were more covering. I love it. Jake? Alex, what size are you? What height are you? 5'2"? I'm just kidding.
Jake is completely...
That was a joke. That was a joke.
That tiger's going to eat you alive,
Unless
Alex.
he is.
Alex, how tall are you?
I think Jack would eat the tiger. Am I the only one who's feeling that?
Jack would eat.
Jack could eat the tiger.
Yeah, of course he would. The tiger would be afraid of him.
The tiger shits and runs, and Jack chases it down and then bites his neck.
That's not where you know what? We're not going to
that
direction. We're not going that direction. Alex, what's your frame? What are we talking about?
What's your gait?
First of all, I feel a little betrayed, Jake.
I know, but
really
it's early. Alex, it's early. It's early. I know. We do. It's early. It's early. We're gonna end this well.
I'm 5'8", 165.
Okay, so very different body types to start. That's very interesting. These are very. These are not guys I would. No, but these are not guys I'd have guarding each other. Okay, so Jack, so you're 6 feet 225. Okay, and where do you on the court? What do you play? Like, what kind of position do you play?
So I usually get volunteered to be the face-off guy.
Interesting.
No one wants to do it, so I'm happy to do it. I'm kind of like if no one wants to do the job, I'll do the job kind of guy.
Wow.
Interesting. So you're
kind of like a glue guy.
Yeah, it's a very gluish.
Kind of, yeah.
It's a glue.
So when I'm at, sorry.
You go, Jack.
When I'm at the point taking the face off, I usually snap it back, and then I do go on offense. I know that I'm more of like a midfield guy, lean offense, and I play a lot right in front of the goalie. I do a lot of screening, clean up a lot of garbage goals.
So you get a lot of stats.
I've had some deflections.
But a lot of stats, a lot of cleanup stats.
Now, are you winning the majority of those face-offs?
It depends on who I'm facing off against. Usually the people who face off don't want to do it, including myself.
Yeah, I get it.
But
why is that?
There's like 1 or 2 guys who win.
You can get slapped pretty easily and get hurt.
Alex, you could ask Alex. He doesn't take face off.
Wow.
Well,
hold on, Jack.
Jack.
You're not dictating when we go to Sweet Alex.
Pump the brakes there, baby. Jack, I'm sure you're familiar with the term cherry picking. Do you feel like you're ever guilty of anything like that? And that's a me question. That's not coming from anyone else.
I mean, that has been accused.
Right.
I think
I get it.
You know, I've played a lot of NHL, and on the video games, I think positioning is something that's very important.
Sure.
And I think I'm a sneaky guy. I can sneak back. I play in front of the goal a lot. But I'm a good defender, and I know. There's been other accusations from my colleague on the call who doesn't think I'm as good at defense, but hold on,
I don't think
I cherry pick because I do go back and forth.
Hold on, Jack, and no one's attacking you.
Yeah.
We're now as you could tell when this started, I got excited.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But now I'm hearing another picture, and that is
remember that, Katie?
Yes, I do.
But we're not there anymore. It's in the past. Let it go.
He was like Parcells. He was like grabbing his buttocks like, Todd, real Todd.
I was at the combine.
Tell me what you're carrying around.
Yeah.
But Jack, we do also, I'm a guy who played a little floor hockey in my life.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, what the fuck? We all
And where did you rank out of 15?
Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
Guy, probably 2 out of 3. I walk around at about 5'10", maybe Okay,
I don't think we've asked the most important question of Jack, which is where do you rank yourself?
We're not there yet.
We're not there yet? Okay.
You
Sorry.
psychopath.
My bad.
You psychopath, Katie.
I forgot we had to get all this other random stuff out of the way first.
You mean the whole show?
Hey, Jack, nipple-wise, what are you dealing with? Are they big? Are they small? What do they
Dinner
look like?
plates, plates.
Are they dinner plates? Are they babies? What are we dealing with? Are they cat penises? Jake, not you.
So, Jack.
I have to check.
So, Jack, when you start, the guy who does the face-off but then runs around the goalie, you're getting a lot of stats, but that does not sound like a guy who's worried too much about defense.
I know how it sounds. So we do 4-on-4, not including the goalie. If I'm at the face-off, like there's two guys kind of on the wings and one guy on defense. So if I win the face-off or if I lose the face-off, I'm already kind of at the top of the point.
Okay.
So I take a lot of one-on-ones when we're on defense at the top, and I try to shut down or at least cause a pass, like an errant pass right off the go.
I gotcha.
So on defense, I'm not always as close to the net playing tightly there, but I do like take on a lot of one-on-ones at the point.
Okay, that makes sense. And how many people are in this league? Around 15?
Yeah, 15. It really depends on like
it's specific
sometimes we're down numbers, but I'd say on average about 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
So out of a ranking of, let's say, 1 through 15, and let's hear the real answer here. Don't worry about how it's going to sound. You know, like in the NFL where they have the PFF rankings.
Yeah.
Where are you out of 15 in this league?
Now, does this include goalies? Because we have like really stellar goalie who I think is a better goalie than I am.
Katie,
player.
Does it include
I don't think
goalies?
so. I don't think so. No offense to them.
I agree,
I just don't think we're ranking like
all around
kind of the same skill set.
That's exactly
goalie numbers
right.
just tanked.
But that's exactly right. But the goalies are its own thing. So out of the 15 no goalies, what's your PFF?
You know, I'd probably put myself at 2 or 3.
Okay.
I know who one probably is.
Who's one?
It hurts me because, I mean, I don't know if I should say his name, but
I was just saying.
Look at the secrecy in this town.
You don't even know where you live.
It's a small
wild.
town. I know, okay.
But who's number one in this
Vic.
league?
Vic.
He's Vic. Yeah,
Of
he's
course
very
it's
good
Vic.
at controlling the ball. He's a good distributor, good defense. You never want him on you. You never want to be the one-on. I take a lot lot of one-on-ones on him.
Unless you're a girl, then you might want him on you. You know what I'm saying? If you're into that sort of
Jake
thing.
wants him on you.
Especially Vic. Why say girl? I'm just a fan, for
Good
fuck's
point.
sake.
Great
So, Alex, can we go to you for a second?
Absolutely.
Where would you put Vic out of 15?
Vic's number one. That's
Okay.
I mean, everyone knows Vic's number one.
Okay,
But I just want to say this is the first time that Jack has openly admitted that he's not number one. Like this is a different guy on
Jack?
the podcast.
I mean, I know. Listen. Objectively, I do think it's Vic. Subjectively, I have to tell myself I'm number one.
How do you
that way I
tell
play as best
yourself
I can.
you're number one? What ways are you letting people know you're number one?
I mean, I don't think I really. It's in
the confidence
conversations with
of
Alex.
it's the confidence of an athlete.
Jake, I'm not
Yeah,
Yes,
asking
but clearly
you.
it's outward as well because
Yes.
it has gotten on Alex.
Alex is calling the show. So,
Alex.
what is it? Just something you
Sorry, go
just
ahead.
talking shit to a coworker, or are you like a showboater?
I will point out. Me and Alex have joked that I'm the only person who celebrates when he scores.
You gotta have a celly. That's
I don't know
part
if
of the whole thing. That's part of the culture.
What is
Thank you.
Walk us
Yeah,
through a
thank you.
celebration, Jack.
Wild.
What does that look like for you?
I mean, back in the day, this is really dorky. I'd shoot, let's say I hit a slap shot. And I'd drop the stick kind of down my left hand. I'm a righty. Down my left hand, like you were like putting away a sword.
Sick. I love
I've
that.
been described. I've been described as having this like little. It's not like a run or a trot, but this like skip that I get when I get a really good goal and I get excited. I do a lot of like ooh, like I make like a lot of ooh noises when something's pretty.
Okay. So
pretty.
let me just get this. We're getting a good picture, Jack. So you said 2 or 3. So who would be 2?
That's the thing. I don't know.
Okay.
I think like if
Jack.
you're looking at like a tier system.
Yeah, I am.
Vic's tough to beat. There's a couple of people who might be in my area that I don't think play as completely as I do.
Okay, and where does Alex rank?
Alex is a new guy. He's been in the league for about a year. Alex has a couple things that I don't think are highlighted enough in his skill set.
Such as?
He runs like half marathons, so he's got a lot of endurance. He can go pretty long.
Okay.
And he's really sticky on man coverage defense.
Great.
If he mans up on you, it's really annoying. It's really frustrating. Alex very sticky on defense.
That's a compliment.
Particularly man.
These are all compliments.
Yeah. This is very diplomatic.
Yeah,
good cardio, good defense.
Alex,
keep going, Jack.
Yeah. What he needs to work on, and I've offered to help him with this because this is that confidence thing.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
I've offered to help. Like in a men's league is
imagine
bold.
after a floor hockey game, someone be like, "Do you want me to teach you some stuff?"
Hey, if you need one-on-one coaching, I am available.
Why don't you come over to my house?
I can teach you how to do it like this.
I'll train you in the garage.
That is a great way to trash talk.
That is.
After a basketball game, go like, "Hey, really good game, man. If you want, why don't you come by the house? I'll teach you some pointers." So what do you think that Alex needs help on? And then, Alex, you are going to have a chance for a rebuttal.
There is a place on the stick. Our sticks are a little cheaper. They're a little floppy at the end. And I think in hockey, they're plastic. They're plastic on the end, and like it's more firm in the middle,
Floppy's
in the center.
helpful.
Slapping it.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
I should not have chosen the word floppy.
That's okay. We all make mistakes.
If you put the ball more kind of toward the base of where the shaft of the stick meets like the head of the stick, that's a very firm, solid spot. I've learned this from 5 years playing, 6 almost 6. And that gives you a lot more connection on the ball, and you can get a lot more like oomph behind it, which helps your passing and your
Jack, I got to
accuracy and your
jump in
shot.
for a second. Alex, I'm understanding the call.
Yeah.
I am too. I understood.
It's clicking.
I understood the call since the sword confession. Because Jack, you're very diplomatic and you seem very rational, but it sounds like floor hockey Jack gets a little fucking wild. And dare I say, a little annoying. But that's kind of what you're doing. Yes, Jack.
I don't know if I'd say annoying. I don't know if I'd say
if you're
annoying.
playing against the guy who puts a stick in his waist like a sword.
Do you think Draymond Green is annoying from the NBA?
Yes.
How about if you were on Golden State?
Universally.
How about if you were on his team?
I'd love it. If I'm playing against Jack.
I do still think yes.
Okay, so out of the PFF, where do you put Alex?
I would put Alex middle of the pack right now, and rising.
So middle of the pack, say a number.
Yeah.
8?
8 is a good number, yeah.
Okay.
But with an upward trajectory.
Yeah, nowhere to okay, I was about to say nowhere to go up. That's not true. He's got all the intangibles. He's got the brains. He's got the IQ for it. He's got the stamina. I think if he just let me tell him a little bit more about ball placement and shots and passing, it'd be a phenomenal product.
Okay, I'm going to jump in. Here's what I don't think is going to happen. I don't think Alex is going to want to be under your tutelage. And I understand why. But Jake, Katie, Alex, this call was about... The problem is that Jack thinks he's better than he is.
But then, hold on, but we're almost there.
Okay.
So now, Alex, where would you rate Jack out of 15?
Middle of the pack.
Number.
That's not, we just said that's not an acceptable answer.
Yeah, but so what's a number you would give Jack?
Remember moments ago?
Well, I'll give him like 7.
Okay.
Wow, so one better than you.
So your PFF for Jack is a 7. Jack's PFF for you is an 8. But out of 15, the middle of the pack would be a 7.5. Right? So you guys are both, you see him as around a 7.5. He sees you around a 7.5. Is that accurate to you, Alex?
Yeah, it is.
Jack?
That feels very accurate.
Do you see you and Alex at a very similar PFF?
Not at this time, no.
So you see yourself a lot better than him?
I wouldn't say a lot better, but better. I think I've got a lot more experience.
You put yourself at 2, and I'm down at like 8.
That's not that far apart from each other.
Out of 15 it is.
in the league.
Out of 15 it is. And so, Alex, when you hear that, what do you think?
I'm hurt. I'll be honest.
Oh.
Okay. Well, we're going to, so is there
He's
a
also
way?
new. I think that's a detail that we have to, like, this is his first
that's true.
year.
But by the way,
And
this
he's
isn't
just trying to be a first-year glue guy. That's tough. You got to really have a personality to be the guy that brings everybody together when you're the last one in the room. So I feel for Alex in this situation.
This isn't participation awards.
Oh, here we go.
What is this?
This is
Parcells is back.
Stop saying PFF. This is hockey. This is not.
Are you getting paid every time you say PFF?
Do you have a deal with Collinsworth?
Yeah.
This is the PFF. This is sports.
It's a PFF. This is sports.
Alex, I've got a question for you. And Jack, a question for you. If you guys were to play one-on-one.
Oh, boy.
Whose skill set with no goalies? Whose skill set would be better at that? Because guess what? Defense, if you play one-on-one in basketball and you're a defensive specialist and you're playing against somebody who's a cherry picker to score, I don't know who's going to win that game. So, Jack, who do you think wins if you guys play one-on-one on that court, open nets? Who do you think wins and by what score?
I do think I win that. We discussed having a skill contest to figure out who was better.
Amazing.
And Alex declined.
Okay. Well, we're not there yet.
Which is rough.
We're not there yet.
Yeah. I think, is there like a score limit, like first to a number?
First to 10.
Or is it like a timer?
10.
First to 10. I think I win that 10-4.
Okay. Alex, the same match, same court, center drop, one-on-one, open net. You think you win?
No, I don't.
Okay. So you think
because I think my value to the team is what I do for the team.
Yeah,
I
you can't be glue to just yourself. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you have
Exactly.
great court vision. So, Alex, how would you like to do something to test your skills? How can we find something that is a concrete way to see if you and Jack are in fact equal PFFs? Because that's what this call is about. I'll tell you what I don't think this call is about, Jack and Alex, is hurt
PFFs.
feelings and being mad at each other. Because I'll tell you what this is. This is floor hockey. Now, Gareth and I know this because we get very vicious via texts when it comes to sports stuff. And in the end, it's all for fun. So if this gets real and you guys are really getting your feelings hurt, then you got to shake it off. We're talking about floor hockey. You guys are adults. You guys are in your 20s. It's over for you guys.
At a school, I think you said?
Your real PFFs are
leaked.
0. Very similar to my PFF at every sport
Just
I
curious if
currently
either
play.
one of them is a gym teacher is all I want to know.
But what we need to get to, guys, is there's a way where the rubber's going to meet the road on this. And that you guys are going to have either a skill off or a something off that you both agreed to that is a fair, or we could poll the whole team. Go ahead, Gareth.
That's what I would say. Let's do a survivor thing. Because the issue is, where does Jack actually rank? So I would say, let's just get a box out anonymously. People can write down
the
out
show
of 15.
could email people individually.
Yes. And out of 15, where do you think Jack ranks?
Ooh, we could also say, where do you think Jack and Alex
But
ranks?
you guys can't campaign. That's important.
Yes.
Like, I don't feel like
Yeah,
you can.
don't tell
You're not
anyone.
allowed to poison the well or inform anybody about anything.
Why don't we do this? We'll send a email. If you guys give us a group email to the thing, and we'll say it is all anonymous. Do not vote in players who have not. We don't need, somebody doesn't have to end up being 15 out of 15. You're just putting Alex's PFF and Jack's PFF.
I think we should drop the PFF. I don't think they're going to know what you're talking about. If you just say ranking, I think they'll definitely know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, is it
don't
important for
disagree.
you to know what they're talking about, Jake?
Yeah, of course.
Because, I mean, again, you've made $1,000 off of your PFF name drops. But at some point, clarity is going to be important.
But what do you guys think, Jack and Alex, about sending something out there and getting everybody?
The people who don't know PFF are listening to this call like, what the fuck are they talking about?
I think it's a perfect comp for this.
I know you do.
But you're not doing at each position. You're doing the whole league. So it's just a league ranking.
I also don't even know what PFF stands for. I would have said it by now.
It's pro football something.
Pro football.
Pro football something.
Fantasy.
I love this admission. Is crazy.
Focus. Pro football focus. That's right. Yeah.
But they're the Pro Football Focus.
The Pro Football Focus ranking.
So I'm just saying
PFF has been wrong mostly the whole time.
Jake, are you pushing back on what the acronym you've used 10 times stands for?
No idea what it stands for. I just know they do it, and then they rank you out of...
The word, I can tell you the word you're looking for is ranking. It's the only one you've had to use this whole time.
That works. Really... I like ranking.
We didn't have to brand it. Didn't have to be brought to you by CCM, but it could be.
Have you never heard that word before, Jake? That's the only excuse for what just happened.
Yeah, I like ranking. Okay. All right, so let's do this made-up word that Katie came up with. Let's send an email to the team and figure out what your ranking is.
Good.
And what do you think about something like that, Alex? What's your comfort level on that?
See, I like that. I've suggested that in the past.
Oh.
Jack thought that it would make others in the league uncomfortable because we were talking about ranking everybody in the league.
Jack, we're not ranking everyone. We're just ranking you two maniacs, and we're taking the fall because this is a podcast and we live in this kind of weirdness. So we're saying for our show, do not rank other players, but your PFF out of 15, your ranking out of 15 is we are asking where Jack is, things to keep in mind, and we can agree on what decides a ranking. It's value to the team. It's deep. It's all these things. It's the whole picture. Goalies not included. Can you email the show, everybody's email, and we can do a BCC to everybody? We're going to email the people immediately, no campaigning, and then we'll have you both on and we'll reveal the numbers. And no hurt feelings, no sadness, no like, that didn't feel good. This is what it is. This is just what your PFF is at this moment in time. Can it change? Yes. Will it change? Yes.
Sounds good to me.
And will you guys both live with these numbers? And Jack, if it's not what you like, will you not create a weird spin? Will you just accept it? And Alex, if you're at an 8 and Jack's at a 2, then guess what, buddy? You got to get a little bit better and maybe take a lesson.
Can I throw in a link to that?
Yeah.
If we count the votes and Jack comes back in 1 or 2, Alex will take a Jack lesson. That sounds gross. Alex will take a lesson from Jack.
But by the way, how about this? If there's a 6-point difference and Jack is 6 players better, Alex, will you allow Jack to give you a lesson?
Yes.
Okay. If you guys are closer, hold on. If you are within 3, Jack, will you apologize for offering lessons
after a game?
After a game and say
in front of people.
In front of people, I'm a little out of control to be offering this. We're pretty similar players.
Sure thing. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay. So now we have a bet. So we are going to email everybody. We'll get the response back, and then we will finish this thing off.
Is there no world in which I'm 6 places better than Jack?
No, there's not.
No, buddy, I don't know.
Alex, we love you, but we've gotten to know you.
As an Alex guy, I know. Unfortunately,
Alex, your PFF just ain't there, buddy.
No.
Yeah. No, we all want you to be great, Alex, but it's your first year, and it's not happening. So. If that happens, Jake and I will give you a lesson.
No, yeah, agreed. But we'll see. Will you guys, which one of you, Alex or Jack, has everyone's email? I know one of you guys does because it's a group email.
We both do. We both have everyone's email.
So will you then, Alex, we're going to have you be the point guy. Will you send that list to the show email and we'll do that right now?
Yeah, I can do that.
Oh, why don't we do this?
Should we give any warning to the team?
Why don't we do this? Let's pen the email right now.
Yeah,
as a group, so everybody's in agreement.
Yeah. To your question, Jack, no, I think we'll just send it out. And
I agree.
You know,
hello, 2 lawyers and a doctor here.
Yeah.
Just wondering.
So, Natalie or Jesse, can you guys open up the email from the show just for the body of the email?
Yeah, I've got it ready. I'll
Okay,
draft it.
great.
Thank you.
So Alex and Jack, we're going to set this up pretty clean and make sure you're both happy with everything that's in there before we send it.
That makes sense to me.
Okay, Katie, you want to start the email?
Hey, team.
Perfect.
Hope all is well. Crazy out there, huh? Quick order of business. It has come to, not come to our attention. The issue has, don't want to call it an issue. For the sake of research,
Great.
Yes.
we were wondering if it would be possible for everyone to please rank.
Can I just say parenthesis
Yes,
PFF?
please. Yes, sorry. I'm so sorry. Did I just say
okay.
rank?
Yeah, keep going. Keep going. You're on fire.
Rank on 1,
Not
2.
everybody.
I guess actually I do feel like we would have to get the number. We've been using a fake
15.
number.
Yes.
But are there 15 people on the email? Like whatever the number is, it
Yeah.
should
Yes,
reflect
whatever the number,
however
that's
many
exactly
people.
right. However
So
people get
on
this email.
I
1
can check
through
right now.
Okay.
Great. I would love that. I'll keep writing my fake email while you do that.
Perfect.
And then you can just jump in whenever you have it. So if you wouldn't mind ranking 2 players in our league. Before we say the names of these 2 players, I will say that this will all be anonymous. Please don't lie in any way.
Do
or
not
feel that,
reply all. Just send to
yes,
us.
just send. Very important. I would even reply. I would write that again at the bottom
Yes.
in like bold of like, do not
Yes.
reply all.
It's a BCC, though. I think you're okay. Keep going.
Yes. Oh, good point.
Good point.
Please don't let any outside influence. What we're looking for is to place 2 players, whose names I will give you in a moment, on a ranking system. So if you believe one of them to be the second best and one of them to be the 7th, you will write their names 2 and 7, and then you'll send it to us. The names.
It looks
Are-
like 15's exactly right.
Oh my God! Look at us.
Things to keep in mind
Yes.
for what makes a great player.
PFF.
PFF. Scoring, defense, court vision, teammate, ability to affect the game in a positive or negative way.
Plus minus.
Are we missing anything, Alex, in the character, in the player description that you feel like should be in there?
I think IQ. I think IQ is important.
Okay, I'm okay with that. Jack,
I don't
are we
know.
missing anything in there that you feel is important?
I think like an endurance thing,
Okay, just calm
But he's a
endurance.
distance
like an
runner.
athleticism or something.
But that's means something to Jack. He's fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then,
Thank you, Jake.
You're very welcome, Jack.
Oh, kiss about it.
Jesus,
Okay.
you two.
Shut up.
Get a Zoom.
How's that end of that stick you're talking about? Is it
Jake.
flappy stick?
Jake.
That's an hard.
Jake.
Where should I hit the ball? So
Right by the shaft.
right by the shaft.
Katie.
So Jesse,
Yeah.
will you read back what this letter is?
That'd be great if Jesse wasn't writing this down.
I actually prefer
I
it
don't-
because now I'm like, oh, I might not have made sense.
That was great. That was
Yeah?
great,
Oh,
Katie.
guys,
that was
well,
really
thank
great.
you.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
Let's hear what we got.
All right. This is what I've got right now. Hey, team. Hope all's well. Quick order of business.
Wait, you
For the
missed
Forgot the
something.
crazy out there,
Oh,
huh?
shit.
Crazy
Sorry.
out there.
Crazy
huh?
out there,
Balls
huh?
Jesse,
Crazy
are
out
you
there.
are you trying to
Huh?
remove the ability to make a little small talk up top about how crazy things are out there?
Wait,
I guess I
do
was
we
just
need
gotta
to
go
put
to
in
Chase.
there who we are?
Oh, that's, yeah.
Yes, I
Probably.
think after crazy out
Yes.
there, we should say, we are writing you from our podcast. We're here to help.
Available wherever you get your podcast.
Available
Yeah.
on your podcast.
In this episode, 2 of your teammates have called in trying to figure out their official PFF ranking in your Wednesday night league.
Jake, we have to, and I know you have a sponsorship with the term PFF.
But-
it's just gonna just ranking. It's gonna
Okay.
throw. It's a football term.
Jesse, if you want to beep out some of my PFFs, go ahead. But leave at least 7.
No, the title of this episode is PFF.
So-
First of all,
Okay, so
Oh my
then, and then can you start over with that added in? And can we see where this letter's at? Guys, I know this is tedious. It's even worse for the listeners, but it's important.
It is Wednesday at noon.
Title.
too.
Oh,
Not at
Wednesday
night.
at noon. That's the middle of the day.
Yeah. Oh,
it's a lunchtime league.
Oh, it's a lunchtime thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So can
that
we?
changes everything to me.
That's
I feel like
strange,
I thought the sun was
Strange.
down.
So,
This is different.
Yep.
Same. Even better. Okay. So can we start over, Jesse, and see where we're at?
Yeah, so I've got, hey team, hope all's well. Crazy out there, huh? We are writing you from the podcast We're Here to Help. In this, in one of our episodes, 2 of your teammates have called in trying to determine their individual ranking in your Wednesday afternoon league.
I think you forgot PFF. Keep going.
Yeah.
There's a decision you made.
Okay, keep going. He's a real editor. Jesus.
Yeah, smart.
So then I guess we'll just cut straight down to, before we say the name of these 2 players, just know this will be anonymous.
Yes.
Don't let any outside influence get in the way.
Yes.
The names are Jack and Alex.
I feel like the thing you came up with of the things we're ranking them for should come before even their names. Things to consider.
Yes.
Great at it.
1,
Great at
2,
Yes.
3.
Agreed. And did you write
Great.
any of those down, Jesse?
I think I wrote all of them down.
Can we hear
What
it to
a
make sure
producer.
Alex and
Yeah,
Jack are
definitely.
happy with it? Because those are the
Okay,
2
here we
guys
go.
who matter the most in this.
Yeah.
And
Definitely not the audience.
Yeah. Okay.
Who's gone?
Okay. So, 2 of your teammates have called in trying to determine their individual ranking in your Wednesday afternoon league. Things to consider: scoring, defense, court vision, teammate, ability to affect the game in a positive or negative way (parentheses plus or minus), passing, IQ, endurance.
Jack, happy.
The only edit is make sure it's Alex K because we have another Alex.
Oh,
Okay.
Real
goodness.
name.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's very important.
Okay. Are these your real names? Because I can just put that in right
He'll
now.
put the real names in.
These are our real names. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Jack.
Great.
Okay.
That's
And
why we
Alex
don't know where
K?
they are.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Alex,
Great.
are you happy?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay. So then
I think
maybe
make it
Go ahead.
overly clear that you don't need people to reply about each one of those categories. That
Agreed.
you're just looking for those categories to be considered when
In
reaching one number between 1 and 15.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Great. Got it.
Do we want to say?
Don't
Want to put a?
Go ahead.
Well, do you want to put a timeline on the reply? Can you
Please respond
reply?
immediately.
Yeah, please respond.
All you need to respond to is
Take
the
a
number
time.
for
Take
each
your
ne-
time and think, but
Yeah.
please respond as fast as possible.
And please don't do this thinking about people's feelings.
Yes.
These are all adults. We need
Yes.
actual rankings.
Now that's a PFF, Pro Football Feelings.
Yes. But I think that's important to put in because I don't want people going like, they're both number 1.
In my
Wasted
heart.
time. Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
We're getting real PFFs here.
Exactly. PFF forever. Yeah.
What's the time frame? How quickly do we want it in?
Within the hour.
Please respond as soon
No.
as you get this. It shouldn't take that long.
Yeah.
And the cutoff, give them a cutoff so they know what that means. Like, be like,
Cut
we're
off
done.
polls
Close.
before
Polls close. Stay in line, but the polls
Yeah.
close.
polls close midnight tonight.
Midnight's amazing.
Okay.
Shit.
Great.
I can't go to bed yet. Yeah, it's ranking. Okay, great.
And then, guys, when we get these things, we're going to call you back on and reveal the number in the follow-up.
Amazing.
Alex,
Well-
you called in. Are you happy with the call?
I couldn't be happier with this outcome. This is really what I've been looking for.
Okay, good.
I've been needing a PFF.
Where would you PFF rank the call, Alex? Thank you.
I don't have other calls.
So you could have just said number one. Could have just said
It's
one
easy
and
to
would
say
have won
one,
over.
but okay, whatever.
Jack, you were a visitor on this call. Are you happy with how it all went?
I worry about the villain, the picture that Alex has painted of me as a villain.
Nope.
But other than that,
You
I have
painted it
had a
yourself.
wonderful time.
By the way, first of all, you painted it, and second of all, Jake bought it.
Second of all, I tattooed it on my back.
Yeah.
So, guys, we will follow up with both of you. And then we're going to do whatever the thing is we decided. We're going to finish the bet. Everybody's going to be happy. We're going to move on. Deal?
Deal.
Sounds good. Cool.
All right.
Love it, guys. Katie,
Go
thank you for
Birds.
joining
Katie,
our show.
thank you so much.
Thank you guys for having me.
Really
Thank
fun.
you for having
All
me.
yeah, really fun stuff.
All right, Alex,
Let
Jack,
me
you
know.
guys leave
I also
now.
do want to know. Let me know who wins.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
We will.
It's a big thing now.
Well, this whole
It's a
call
big
is being
thing.
turned into a movie. I don't know if you heard that, so you'll be able to. It's called PFF.
A 30 for 30.
30 for 30.
All right. Thank you guys for the call. We'll follow up as soon as we have info.
All right,
Thank you very
thanks.
much.
Bye, guys.
Oh, wow. Katie,
What a
thank you.
blast.
I mean, what a blast. Such a funny.
fun.
That's our longest call.
Was it?
Really?
I think
Ever.
it is. Yes.
That was like more than an hour.
Was it really?
I didn't feel like it at all. I think it flew by.
Katie, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for
You were
having me. This
great.
was fun.
Really a
This was
blast.
Oh,
really
yeah.
fun.
Really
No.
A
fun,
blast.
Katie.
Truly
an
our longest
honor.
call, so thank you.
I cannot believe that. I really do want to know. I'm hoping, I'm like
too.
gunning. I want them to be like 2 and 5. Like I want it to be a little
I want it to be,
closer.
I want Alex to be close.
Yeah.
I think
do
we
too.
all want Jack to lose, but we're gonna have to be honest with this ranking.
Yeah, I don't
so
think he's
great
gonna,
when
yeah.
Alex is like, what if I beat Jack?
Yeah. We don't want to consider that that's an option.
Yeah, I don't think
No,
so, but
buddy.
have a good life.
Come here, short king.
Well, thank
right.
you guys. Thank you, Katie.
Thank you.
Thanks so
Thank
much.
you guys.
Great
You're the
stuff,
best. You
everybody.
rule.
We're Here to Help is hosted by Jake Johnson and Gareth Reynolds. If you'd like to be on the show, please email us your question at helpfulpod@gmail.com. And if you want to watch video episodes of We're Here to Help, you can go to our Patreon at patreon.com/here-to-help-pod to see our entire catalog.
We're Here to Help is produced by Rabbit Grimm Productions, executive producers Rob Hollis, Jeff Porter, and Natalie Hollis, associate producer Jesse Thurston, editing, mix, and master by Chris Fowler.
Theme song by Oliver Raleigh. The cover artwork is by James Fosdyke. Animations by Andrew Strzelecki. And if you'd like to see Gareth do stand-up on the road, go to GarethReynolds.com. Remember, all of the advice given on We're Here to Help is for entertainment purposes only, and all listeners should be adults and make their own decisions.